Building a complete set of a vintage Magic the Gathering set has a lot of satisfaction in completing that set, but it also has a lot of value. Trying to complete any vintage Magic set can cost you a fortune. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks a lot for joining me on the channel today. For all my regular viewers, patrons, and YouTube membership members who watch my videos every day, thanks again for being here. For all the new members subscribing to the channel and helping me get closer to 12,000 subscribers, thanks again, guys, for doing that and joining the channel. It's amazing to see new comments in the comments section. It's just awesome. For a lot of players, there is a great satisfaction in completing a set of Magic cards, from Dominaria to Onslaught. But for some people, they want to go back to the vintage Magic sets, and that adds an entire different level of difficulty. The costs involved and the lower print runs means finding some of these cards can be very difficult. I myself have decided to collect Arabian Nights, the very first expansion in Magic the Gathering. The set size is 78 cards officially, but there is a light and dark side to some of these cards based on the printing difficulties, which means the set size is actually 93, still very small by today's standards. But along with vintage sets comes the cost of trying to afford the cards and locate them to add to your collection depending on where you are in the world. Shipping costs, import fees can just add an extra layer of difficulty to your set collecting. But there is a great satisfaction every card you get a little bit closer. And then you realize how much time you've spent and you spur yourself on to try to complete that set. When I decided over a year ago that I wanted a complete set of Arabian Nights, I really didn't think it would be as difficult as it is. I thought I had a lot of the cards, and then I realized as I looked through my collection how few were actually there. I had like 18 cards. On today's video, I'm going to step through and show you some of the cards I've recently added to my collection. And many of these cards I purchased did not cost me a lot of money, but each one gets me one step closer to my complete set of Arabian Nights. You have to understand when you're doing vintage set collecting that some of these cards are going to cost thousands of dollars to add to your collection. I personally choose to go after the lower end cards to finish off the commons to make sure it looks closer to a finished product for myself. And then one by one, I will pick off those higher end targets until I've completed my set. I want to show you guys what I've done, show you how you can get there by working towards that goal and never giving up even when things are in a dark time. You can get closer and you can meet your goals of finishing a vintage set collection. Now, I'm not done yet, but I am a few steps closer after today's video. So let's get started so I can show you these cards. Here's the complete set of Arabian Nights cards with the light and dark variants added on. The highest print run number is 341,000. The lowest print run number is 20,700. This tells people that the most complete sets of Arabian Nights that could exist is 20,700. But with attrition to cards and age, it's really far less than that. So I'm starting things out on a blank page because for my Arabian Nights collection, it starts here and I don't own any of the cards to go on this page yet. As we start going through, you'll see Ali of Cairo, everything is in order in the right place, but I've got lots of gaps to fill, and some of the cards I got today are going to find their way into these gaps. Anyone I know who does set collections and trying to finish complete vintage sets, they realize it takes a long time. They're not in a rush, but they want to feel that sense of accomplishment each time they get one card that goes into the right slot. Every time you get one step closer, you just feel that sense of accomplishment, that satisfaction of knowing you've almost done it. And when you get to old vintage sets, you realize how hard it's going to be to finish a set because the cards get more and more expensive as the years go by. Some of my friends, when they're buying these cards, they buy multiple play sets because it's cheaper. Why not get a play set of 4 Jackals just to save on the shipping? Maybe they're not going to use the other 3, but maybe they are. Some of the friends will go through and say, why not buy 4 of this or 4 of that or 10 of those? Because with only 20,000 ever being possible, each time they buy more, they're actually messing up the chances of somebody else ever completing a set. Now let me go back to this beginning page here again. All right, We're going to go over here, right? We're in the right spot. And here is the pile of cards that I have been purchasing and getting ready to add to my collection. This has taken a while for this stuff to come in. This is over the last several months, probably since June, and I've just been letting them build, so I had enough to do the video. We're starting things out by looking at these cards and recognizing that value, right? These cards don't have to be expensive, but they are part of that collection, and I want them to be there. I want the best copies I can find, but at the same time, if a near mint's going to cost me 3 times more, I'm not going to buy it over just getting a copy. I can replace individual copies over time after I've completed the set. Right, the Nafs Asp is near mint, but that oubliette is not even close. It's got whitened edges. The back's a little bit beat up, but the good news is it's real. Okay, it's one of the versions I need, so I'm happy to have it in my collection. Now, Flying Men, this card used to be the bane of people's existence, and there's lots of these available. And this one here is a lightly played one. I was happy to get it for a couple of bucks. Didn't cost me a fortune. Cards like Eye for an Eye, some of these cards don't even see play anymore, but they're just old nostalgic cards. They bring me back to my youth. Like Urg Raiders used to get used all the time with Unholy Strength. It was a beastie card to make it a 4/4. Usually on turn 3, this thing was like going to get you, or sometimes turn 1 with a Dark Ritual. It's crazy stuff, right? Tapping walls, not really a big thing nowadays, but back in the day, cards like that had a lot of play to them. I look at these and I see history, I see value, I see possible things that'll end up in a museum one day. Something my mini Mox can enjoy and look back and say, my dad finished this collection. It took him years to put it together. But each time you get one of these smaller cards that only cost $5-6 out of the way, you realize eventually you're going to get to expensive cards. You're going to start needing to get the cards that cost thousands of dollars. You need the Bazaar. You need a Shazam. Like those cards are going to cost you a lot. I know I think it was at Old School, there's the thing that uses like 4 Dandans, crazy stuff, or it's a Dandan format. I remember somebody talking about that. It was Ventrix. Boo Jafar I used to use all the time because he killed stuff. It was so cool. Great blocker. When I look through cards like Stone Throwing Devils, when you see this card, you realize this can't be bought on TCG Player. And by the way, thank you those people who helped me on TCG Player by using my affiliate link. It's in the description of all my videos, guys. And every time you use that affiliate link to me, it does help me get money to help toward this collection building. Stone Throwing Devils, though, I had to buy it on eBay because there was no way of buying it through TCG and stuff. Good old Dejin. I remember somebody played this against me. What was this, a 6-3 or something? It was crazy back in the day to make it work. Kind of like a different form of ball lightning. Now, see the second Flying Men? This was not intended. The first Flying Men came with the Gazaban Ogre, but they got lost in the mail. So I thought it was just a lost product. It showed up like weeks and weeks later. Doug did this one. Thanks a lot, Doug. And here we have a Flying Carpet. Another amazing card. And this is the one. This last card is a bigger card that people helped me buy last month in August. It was August? End of August? Because people use the affiliate link on the TCG. So I was able to pitch in, people paid about 20% of this for me just by using that TCG link, and I paid the rest. And that is City in a Bottle. All cards from Arabian Nights must be discarded from play except for City in the Bottle. And it stops those cards from being played. This is used in Old School. Okay, it's one of those sideboard cards that everyone seems to keep around. This card, people already own multiple play sets of. This is harder to get. And although I don't consider it truly valuable to me, it's got to be there because it's part of my set. So even cards I don't really like, I have to purchase them. As with other sports collectible sets, every time a player completes a Magic the Gathering vintage set, they are less likely to ever sell that set again. It's a trophy to them. Regardless of the wealth that has been generated by owning that complete set, they plan on holding it. They'll sell other parts that aren't complete, but that piece that they've built up, the goal they met, the pride they feel in owning it, they don't want to lose that piece of themselves. They will hold on to it and pass it down as a generational item, which means those cards are less likely to ever hit the market going forward. And any player coming up, even if they have a large pocketbook, will have a very difficult time trying to complete a set of vintage Magic cards. From the Dark to Legends, Arabian Nights, Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, even Collector Edition. Every year that goes by, it will get more difficult, even if we don't notice it. Because every time somebody completes a set, they have no intention of selling it. Most people I know are passing it on to their kids. Those who have revised sets, maybe the Dark or even Legends, they're not selling them because it took them that long to collect it. And that's something people don't even think about and don't want to think about right now. They just want to have the cards. They want to meet that goal, have that success, and own that trophy, that piece of their childhood back again. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I wonder how many people out there are actually set collecting just like I am. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out 30 years from now. Guys, have an awesome day. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. And of course, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Hey guys, a big shout out to all the fantastic people on the channel who make videos like this possible. My patrons, my YouTube membership members, and of course the viewers. Thanks again, everyone. So with the cards I just purchased, I'm halfway there. I'm getting there. I had 25. I've just added 18 more cards. Whew, we are getting closer. Hopefully, I can get a little bit closer by Christmas as well. Guys, thanks a lot for being there. Thanks a lot for helping out and helping me purchase actually some of these cards. I really appreciate those who do use my TCG affiliate link when they're shopping on TCG Player. Guys, have an awesome day. You're the 3%. You made it to the end. City in a Bottle style. I'll see you guys soon.